Hello. Good morning, madam. Jamna, madam.
Yes, good morning, sir. Hello.
Can we start, madam?
Yes, sir, we can start, sir.
Yeah, very good morning to one and all. Myself, Dr. D. Kalyan Kumar, presently working as Associate Professor and HOD of Cybersecurity Department. Today, we are here to attend today's seminar on securing the digital forensics, a comprehensive guide to cybersecurity. For that purpose, today we have an eminent personality, Ms. Jamna, madam. On behalf of Chalapati Institute of Technology, we warm welcome you, madam, for this seminar.
Thank you, sir.
A brief introduction about you, madam. Presently, Jamuna, madam, working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at NPOA deemed to be University, Mangalore, Karnataka. Madam has a vast of 15 years experience in teaching and 3 years experience in industry. Madam published so many publications in various reputed journals and organized so many workshops and FDBs and etc. Madam presently pursuing PhD in the same domain. Thank you, madam, for accepting our invitation and share your knowledge to our students. Once again, thank you very much, madam, for accepting our invitation. And please hand over the session to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, I hope so. I'm sharing my PPT. Everybody can see?
Yes, madam. It is visible.
Yes. Okay. So I'm not telling that I'm that much of expert in the domain of that cybersecurity area, but even though whatever the knowledge I'm having, and currently I'm taking the subject for the students in the ethical hacking areas and all, guiding the students regarding that one, sharing and guiding the students around 4 to 5 batches of the students, those who are passing out for this particular year under me. They're doing with the some kind of project under the cybersecurity itself. So let me see how I can give my knowledge to you. If it is anything not up to your mark, please let me know. There is no problem. Freely you can give me the response. So I will start with my topic with one quote, whatever it is. The success is not.
Shall we make full screen, ma'am?
Full screen. Okay, sir. 1 minute. 1 minute.
In the bottom, you can see, ma'am. Yes, you can go for a slideshow also. In
Yes.
that also option will be there.
Yeah, that is better. I hope so.
Yes, ma'am. From beginning, not from currently. Yes, ma'am.
Now it is
Yes,
can see.
madam.
Yes,
Okay, so in this cases, just I'm starting with one quote. Whenever starting with a section, I'm starting with one quote. Okay. So success is not an accident. It is a hard work, prevents learning, studying, sacrificing, and most of all, love what you are doing or learning to do. That is a quote by the Pele. So this is one of the most quote I have seen. For my side itself, it is one thing. It is I'm keep on learning every day for my career as well as to my students. For my students, whenever they are approaching to me, whatever the things I can do it for them, I'm doing it. So today's section we are going to be starting, and at the end of this particular sections, I feel that is the students will, or those who are attending this particular section, they will understand about what is a hacking. And just brief introduction about the hacking section and what you mean by the ethical hacking and what is meant by the hackers. What are the different types of hackers we can see to it? What are the different process? And we are going to, why we need the present word, why we need the, we have to learn, why we have to learn the ethical hacking, and what are the skills you have to earn, or you should have to being an ethical hacker or to the, and after that one, what we are going to be doing. And finally, we are going to be discussing about some tools of the ethical hacking, or to the other side also hackers, what are the different tools are using for to do the, most probably what are the things are using in the hacking areas. So we can start with the what is an hacking. So hacking refers to an array of activities which can which are done by the end user, someone else personal information space, or asked us to use the malicious unwanted process. So hacking is a term used to refer the activities aimed to exploit the security flaws to obtain the critical information for gaining the access to secure the network. So main content in the present world, everyone can see that one, everybody, even to the students, everybody will come and inform to us stating that one, my account is hacked, either to the ATM, either to they will say that is our social media account, everything, how it is happening, for what purpose they are doing it, why it is happening, all these things we have to see to it. Then going with the introduction area, what do you mean by the ethical hacking? So hacking can be done it with the both the sides. One is from the ethical side, one is another side is the unethical side. What is the difference between the ethical and unethical? The ethical side means if it is the person who is doing that particular work in the proper way, it is going to be doing and telling that it is for my person, it is for not for my growth, and it is they're having the, if they're having the proper documentation process, then it is known as an ethical area. If somebody is stealing the information of others without the knowledge of their, without the permission of them, then it is known as the unethical areas. So ethical hacking is illegal. It is sometimes we have to be use it, even the police, crime, criminal, or if it is a cyber polices are they are using, how they are finding out the criminals from that particular area. For that area and all, we need the ethical hacking area, but some area we cannot do it. So what do you mean by the security then? In the ethical hacking area, I told you, and the introduction area also, I told you what is the security. The security is a condition of being protected against the danger or loss. So in this world, we cannot tell in our life also, if it is today I'm alive, tomorrow I don't know whether I'm alive also. How I can protect from the others? How I can protect me or my data or my personal information which is already available in the internet, how I can protect it? We have to think about it. How we are going to be, we have to, when we are log into the site, we know that one, we have to give the strong passwords. Why we have to give the strong passwords? Why we should not use our names as your password? Or why we are not giving any hint as a password in your name also? Or you are not adding your date of birth? Because it is an easily they can guess it. So brute force attack or guessing the password, all this mechanism the attacker can be used, and they can make use of that particular content to attack your account, and they can give the, can take the personal information or your sensitive information from your sites. So why we need the security? It is going to be, or it is making the protection from the unauthorized access from the others. Then need for the security, computer security is required to the, because most of the organization nowadays, everyone, now we are having the online meeting, everyone is having all the sensitive information, and we are using the bank transfer, account transfer, or the information passing, all these things we are using with your internet itself. So we should keep our security more and more. If you are not using with, then it is going to be losing your data. So if you're not giving the security properly, the security data are not there. If you're not giving the proper information, then what will happen? Loss of information can be, confidential data can be lost. You can, they can, the attacker or intruder can get inside that particular area, and they can modify your data, and they can make use of your data for the unused areas. Distortion and computer system, all the reputed companies are losing their data. All of the sudden they will come and tell you, you should not use that particular site. Why we should not use it, that particular site? Because they are affected. Some of why they are going to be looking into it. Then we can see the history of the hacking, who all are going to be, when it is started. Right? It is started from 1980s, and the cyberspace coined. So it is around in for that particular areas, they created the cyber coin, and in that areas, and 414 were arrested. Two hackers groups forms, and around 2060 are published. The next one is the next year. It is a history starting with 1990s. National crackdown or hackers. So these members are Microsoft, they're pointing out the Microsoft and operating system prices, all these things. Then they can see the again the history 2001. It is going to be how the denial of service attack started and how the launching attack Amazons are attacked. 2017 it is again going to be billions and millions of attackers are came, and now we cannot find it out how. And these are the major persons coming for the famous personality who is under the hacking areas. They're going to be doing all these things. They are given most of so many contribution from their sides. Okay, so either to the ethical hacking or to the illegal side of hacking areas, these members are giving lot of contribution for our world. So coming with the hackers, what do you mean by the hacker? The person who enjoys learning details of programming languages or system, a person who enjoys actually doing the programming rather than just theorizing about it. So in general, I can tell you, in a hacker, they should be a learner. If anybody wants to become a hacker, either the ethical, I'm going with the ethical side only. I don't want to go with anybody has to, no need to go with the illegal way or unethical way. So what it is means, they should be frequently update their data. If the hackers or those are not having the good programming skills, they cannot enter into it. So nowadays, each and every minute, the programming skills and the data has to be changed. So these members who is very much interested in the cybersecurity area, they should have the prerequisite in the particular area in the good programming skills. Which all the programming skills that they have to find it out. I cannot tell that is you have to go with the Python, you have to go with the Java, you have to go with the C++. No, whatever the programming language, whatever the areas you are focusing on it, you should have that much of skill and you should have the learning capability from the one side to the other side. So the hackers are going to be finding out, it is going to be checking that one, what they're going to be others information for what purpose. Then there are three types of hackers are there. One is the black hackers, and next one is the white, and the third one is the gray hackers. The black hackers, I can tell you, it is purely illegal activities. Those are going to be doing everything in the illegal way. They are not going to be doing anything. That is, they are the criminal, born criminal, I can tell you. So they should not be happen from our side. White hackers means it is the ethical side. They are going to be doing with the ethical values. So they're not going to be doing anything into they're harmful for others. Everything it is. Then gray hackers. So I can tell you the gray hackers are coming under the cyber police areas, because they have to be act as the both the sides. They have to be, it should having the color, you know, that a gray color, it is the white and black mixing. So in that cases, it has to be mixed up. Some areas we need the help of the gray hat hackers for the finding out the criminals and all. So most probably we are going, the police are doing with the gray hat side, and white hackers, so they're just going with the cyber. They are going to be seeing that one only with the ethical areas. They are going to be covered. And black hatters, they are going to be doing only the harmful for others. They are not going to do anything good for the others. So these are the definitions are there. I will share the PPT with the organizers. So any doubt in these three types of hackers area?
Madam, question and answers will take at the end, madam.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Then what are the different processes of hacking phases? The footprinting or resonance and scanning, gaining access, maintaining the access, and covering the track. These are the main hacking process or taking process. So what do you mean by the footprinting? This is the first step of any of the hacking section. So that means it is going to be collecting the information about the target system or the network. The hackers may use the various tools and techniques such as port scanning, banners grabbing, and the social engineering to gather the information. So every ethical hacking or any kind of hacking process which is going to be taking place as the footprinting as the first step for this particular content. So the footprinting concept is going to be gathering the information. Suppose if I want to hack or if I want to find it out the information of any individuals or the organization or any companies or to for any my personal use or whatever it is, we have to look into that particular area first, what that particular person or what that particular institution about that particular person or institution. I have to collect all the information. This is known as the footprinting. This is the first step of your and how we can collect the information. We know that when we all are using the social medias, so based on that one, the social engineering method is the best way to collect the information about whom I am going to be targeting. The next one is we are going to be going with the scanning. In this phase, the hacker tries to identify the vulnerabilities and the finding out what is the target system or the network. It is we are going to be finding out where the target system or who what is the weakness of the target system or network. So if we are giving the for example, I can tell you that is we are giving the Wi-Fi. Okay, it is open for everyone. In the case of rail Wi-Fi and all, oh, I think so everyone is used with that particular area. There is no password for that particular Wi-Fi. So it is open source for everyone. Then it is easy for the attacker to attack your once you are logged into that particular area. If it is a malicious content can be injected using with any kind of Wi-Fi passwords. Passwords are not open areas, we can use it. If it is injected, it is that malicious contents are automatically attacked or get into your personal systems and your personal information or getting the stealing information can be used. And another thing in the scanning area, I can tell you, all of them are getting lot of forwarded messages from the so many resources. From that particular resources area, you are opening that particular the website. Automatically, it is connected to the other IP addresses. Your IP addresses is going to be, or IP port address is going to be hacked, or that it is going to be recorded. And the IP spoofing or masking can be done by the attacker. If it is going to be the vulnerability can be used. Then so the next one is the gaining access. Once the hacker has identified or vulnerabilities, in the we are finding out that there is a weak passwords are there. We are not using the good passwords, and we are going to be using with any kind of easy to access, open access methods are there, and we are using gathering the information. If they are getting using with the brute force attack or using with the guessing the password, they are finding out. It is easy for us to find it out there. Passwords and all, it is easy for them to get the access. So the target system or network easily we are getting in, and we are going to be and either we can exploit only to that particular account or to that entire system or to the server. Everything we can once it is, and if it is I got access of that particular account, I can change the password. If I'm changing the password of that particular person, later the owner cannot be used that way. So I'm going to be using or I'm making that one, this is my personal, and I'm not giving access to the others. So that is the gaining access is happened. The next one is going to be maintaining the access. So once I got the access, what I will do, I'm not giving my username and password. So I am using with the other persons or suppose my colleague account. Once I got the account details, access, everything, I'm not giving, I have changed my passwords, that particular person's password. I'm only maintaining that particular, what all the data or what all the unwanted content I want to share to others using that particular mail ID I'm sharing to others. Next one is the covering the track. In this phase, the hackers try to cover their track and ensure any evidences of their activities. They're going to be covering all the data, and whatever the evidences are there, they are sometimes they're going to be erasing. We know that when if I'm using with the rail Wi-Fi, the IP addresses, if it is I have done it, I am sharing some information to the other persons using that open source Wi-Fi. or somebody else Wi-Fi. I have the IP address of some others, and I'm using that IP address to or network to share my others information, malicious content to others. If the cyber police are approaching to that particular area, they're going with the IP addresses. They're not going with the person who are shared. They're getting only the location. They're getting only the where that particular IP address is located. From that particular area, who want to do that is black hackers. So they doesn't want to catch hold by the others. They will be covering. They're going to be erasing that particular evidences or activities what they have done it from the log files and all. The next one is why do we need the ethical hacking areas? So why it is more important? I hope so everyone understood if it is ethical hacking is needed for your organization or not, because we are having so many students in our areas. In that particular area, all the students doesn't have their open mentality. They are not having the proper way, and in that particular area, some of the data we have to keep it as a confidential. Some of the data we can give it open to everyone. So which area we have to, and once the IT protector or IT manager or IT technician get to know that one who is going to be surviving, who is going to be giving the services for your data, they are the major playing the major role in your institution to find it out whether the external attack is happened to your databases or not. Oh, how it is happening, whether to the web pages or to the databases or internal data is leaked or not. Once if it is good to know how we have to be protected from them, these are the things we have to keep it in our mind. Then what is a required skill? As I said in the beginning itself, the required skill of the ethical hacker, they are good programmers. If they doesn't have the programming, they are the good programmer. They should have the ability to go with the networking area. They should know good knowledge about the operating system, and they should know that to set up the servers and services configuration. All these things, if they doesn't know, then they cannot survive. But they should know and what are the different operating system, either the Microsoft or to the Linux operating system, all the configuration, how to change the configuration, how to break the firewall configuration, how to set the firewalls, all these things that ethical hacker should know how they have to set. If they don't know, we cannot survive. They cannot tell that is we are the ethical hackers. Then again, they should know about the routers. We know that one, how the network is working, routers, what are the different network devices are using, how we are setting up that particular, how we are going to be putting out with their materials, and how they are going to be routing the information from one side to the other side. What are the different protocol? They should know they should not have the basic knowledge. They should know the thorough knowledge about the TCP IP. Even though one more protocol is there, I think the UDP. They should know all this particular network product. Nowadays, everywhere we are using the TCP. So the ethical hacker should know which layer, each and every layer they should know, and how the data is transmitting from one side to the other side. And they should know to leading and planning the organization. If it is I'm handling that particular area, I should know that one, how to give education to others, how to do the penetration testing, how I have to make my organization should not attacked by others. If it is happen, how I have to take the precaution for all that area. Then why do hackers do after what they are going to be doing it? So what is the reason for them to do that particular area? If it is being an organization side, we know that one we are doing for this particular area. So then there is no problem. But if it is a black hackers, what they are going to be doing, they are misusing your data. They are going to be giving the bad image, or they're going to be using with your data for some other areas. So should not do it. They're going to be and using with your data, or using with your network, using with your information. They can inject some information stating that when you are sending that particular information. So in that cases, you know that some of them are hacked your Insta pages, and after that one they're asking for using your account. They can ask the money, or they can make some kind of malicious mischievous content to that particular areas. And they can install some kind of virus activities in that particular, using with that particular content. They can send the link to others to inject it with the server also. Then what are the scanner programs are using? Mainly MScan is using, SScan can be using, Nmap is using to find it out what are the how they are going to be, what are the area Nmap and install exploit programs they can install it. Then what is the advantages of this particular area? To catch a theft, I have already told you, if it is a cyber polices are using for the hacking areas or finding out cyber security areas, they want to find it out the person who has done the criminals, and finding out the network system is open holes anywhere. If it is a weak points are there, we can find it out and we can provide the, and banking, financial areas and all, they are using it. So website also they are using for the, and it is what is a disadvantage, all depends upon the trustworthy. So it is a, we can one side we can tell that is I'm doing it is a ethical, and another side I can tell it is an unethical side also. So it is based on the trust how we are doing it, and the hiring the professionals based on the ethical hacking, it is very difficult, it is a high expensive. Then common hacking tools. So Nmap is used for to find it out. The Nmap is using, Metasploit is using, and the Nmap is a powerful network. It is used to find it out the network and finding out whether the open source or open ports are there. In that, using that open port, whether I can inject my, or I can find it out the data is there, or whether the operating system or those hosts are free or not. The next one is the Metapulse. This is used for the finding out the penetration testing, or finding out the framework that can be used to test the security of a network or the system for exploiting the vulnerabilities. Then Warshak, it is mainly used for the network protocol analyzer that can be used to capture the analyze for the network traffic. All of a sudden, we can reduce the traffic for the particular network. Then Cain and Abel, this is a password recovery tool that can be used to recover the passwords for the various type of accounts, including Windows accounts and FTP accounts, file transfer protocol accounts, and the more. Then next one is the John and the Helper. This is a password cracking tool that can be used to crack the various type of the passwords, including those for Windows accounts and the encrypted files. Next one is the Hydra. This is a password cracking tool that can be used to perform the brute force attacks against the various type of services, including file transfer protocol and secure socket hash and the telnet. Then Aircraft Engine. This is a suite for the tools that can be used to crack the wireless network passwords and perform other wireless network security tests. It is all what all the tools we people are using it, there is no problem, but one thing it is you have to keep it in your mind, everything has to be used in the way of legal, don't use it with the unethical way. So hacking techniques are the approaches that can vary widely depending on the target and the goal of the hackers. There are some common approaches for the one is the social engineering method we can use it. How the social engineering people relieve the sensitive information, performs action that they wouldn't normally. This could include the phishing attack, batting attack, or a pre-testing attacks. Then password attack. Password attacks involves trying to guess or crack a password to gain unauthorized access to a system. Common techniques includes the brute force attack, dictionary attacks, and the rainbow table attacks. Network scanning and enumeration. Hackers may use tools to scan a network for the vulnerabilities and enumerate the services and system running on the network. This can help them identify potential attack vectors. Next one is the exploitation. Once a vulnerability has been identified, a hacker may attempt to exploit it to gain access to a system or network. This could involve using the unknown exploit, creating custom exploit, or using social engineering techniques to gain the access. Then privilege escalation. Once a hacker has gained access to the system, they may try to escalate their privilege to gain additional access or control over the system. This could involve exploiting the vulnerability in the system or using the social engineering techniques to convince someone with the higher privileges to grant them access. Then covering the track may cover the tracks of dealing the logs or modifying the system files to hide their activities. This could make the hacker or for security teams to identify the attacker and take appropriate actions. It is important to, again, same point I'm repeating, it is important to keep your mind that is you should not use any other, what all the tools you are using it should not be used for the, it should not be used only for the legal activities, should not use anything for the illegal activities. So in the future, as it is involved in branches of scope enhancement in the technology immerse, no ethical hackers can ensure the system security by using the same techniques or repeatedly. So they have to, that's why I told you the ethical hacker should have the good programming knowledge. If it is a one side they are using, they have to change it with the other side also. Then this is a conclusion for the today's section. This is a proceeding, whatever things we have discussed. Any doubt is there, you can ask to me now. I'll clarify, and I am, since it is a 1 hour, I can't show any kind of hacking process or any kind of testing process to you. If it is later, if I'm getting any chances, I will show you in the practically how we can go with the penetration testing, how we can use it with the Wireshark or any Nmap or any other tools, 1 or 2 tools we can discuss if it is later, if I will get a chance. So I hope so. Any doubt is there, you can ask to me openly.
Yeah, students, anybody having any doubts, please raise your hands. And please fill that attendance link and feedback.
Sir, the class section is okay, sir?
Yeah, very good. Anybody having any doubts?
So since it is 1 hour, I cannot show any kind of practical sections. So
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Okay, and cyber security, madam.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for
Okay, thank you, sir. Shall I leave, sir?
Thank you. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Students, please fill that feedback form, feedback and attendance form. You can leave, madam.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All the students, please fill that feedback and attendance links. Then only you can get the attendance. All the students, please fill that feedback and attendance links.
All of you fill the feedback form before leaving. Those who have filled the feedback form can leave now. Thank you. Tomorrow session will be at 10 a.m.